Okay. I should hopefully sound a little bit closer to the game proper. I don't know. Anyway, as you said last time, you can transform. Bottom screen changes up a bit when you transform. You gain your logo. And pretty much everything else stays the same. You can swap folders, which is what chips you can use for combat. Alright, we're all set. Weird. Don't I look a little different to you? Now that you mention it. Maybe it's because your mobile terminal turned into a VG. Don't worry about the little things, kid. Just go delete those viruses. You got it. The cyber cores of many things are connected to the wave roads. You didn't forget, right? We can enter a cyber core by traveling to it on the wave road, right? You can get to the sprinkler system CC from over there. When the access pop-up appears, touch it to transcode in, or to trans in. Okay, let's rock. I think you're safe to explore around here for the moment. Yeah, as he said, it popped up on the bottom. It's the viruses. They're the cause of the sprinkler problem. Let's tear them up. Okay. Straighten out my legs real quick, because circulation issues are a problem. Capcam! They seem angry. I'm pretty fired up myself. It's been a while since our last battle. Alright, here we go. Wave battle, ride on. Alright, let's go over how to wave battle. We'll start with the bottom screen. This is the custom screen. 6 cards randomly selected from the 30 cards that are in your folder, and then displayed here. Then you select cards to use up from those 6. Using a card won't make it disappear forever, so don't be scared to use them. However, you can't just use all the cards on the custom screen. There are rules that decide which cards you can use. Rule number 1. Cards in the same column can be selected. It doesn't matter if they're not lined up exactly straight, as long as they're in the same column. Rule number 2. Oh. Audio seems to be glitching out a bit. Rule number 2. 3 cards in the same row can be picked together. It doesn't matter if they're not lined up exactly, as long as they're in the same row. Rule number 3. Cards that have the same name can be picked together, regardless of position. Can you see the card on the screen that is white? What he means by white is he means this color border. White cards are very useful. They can be paired with any card on screen. None of the previous 3 rules apply to them. Got it. But what if I don't know what a card does? There's a description, right? How do I access it? You can use the R or Y buttons to see the card descriptions. Okay, I think that about sums up the custom screen. Try to select more than 2 cards, okay? You can select them by touching them as well. So, as he says, you can hover around, and you can add description. Attack knocks one enemy back 1 panel if it hits. 3-shot spread attack. Attack and paralyze one enemy. And lob a 6-shot grenade at your enemy. Press the OK button now. Finally, it's battling time. Wipe those bad guys, or wipe out those bad guys. Oh, before that, in the bottom left are the cards you selected. Are on the custom screen in the order that you selected them. So the order you pick them is important. And to the right of the name is the attack power of the card that you can currently use. You can use battle cards by pressing the A button. Holding down the B button will fire the blast or the buster constantly without delay. A button for cards and B for the buster. Got it. And that's my HP up on the top left, right? Correctamundo. And it's game over for us if it drops to 0. The gauge in the top right is called a custom gauge. The custom gauge fills up as time passes. Once the gauge is full, you can return to the custom screen by pressing L or R. So even if I use all 6 of my cards, I can get more from the screen? Exactly. So are you all set, kid? It's time to practice. Yeah, I'm ready. I don't recall if it ever explains it. But, it will explain that in a second. But, any cards you don't use when you go back to the custom screen get removed. Not permanently or anything like that. So if you have 3 cannons and you only use 2, you won't start the next, round with a cannon. The cannon goes away. Time to go buck wild. Alright. And yeah, this is hefty tutorials. Alright, next up I'll cover how to lock on and the mega attack. Select 2 sword type cards, will ya? Alright, let's go. Oh yeah, when he says that you can pick 2 cards regardless of position, it still, that does count as that counts as its own rule. So I can't pick more from this row or this column, depending on where I get this sword. You're ready, right? Good. It's explanation time. The M attack is a combination attack between you and I. Yeah, I remember. First I press down on the control pad and switch into lock-on mode. Right. Pressing down switches you to lock-on mode. This will make arrows appear and point in 3 directions. If you've seen the arrows when you are in lock-on mode, so while in lock-on mode, a round sight will appear on any enemy directly or diagonally in front of you. That's called a lock-on sight. Try using a sword once the sight appears. We'll rush right up to the enemy and attack them thanks to my awesome speed. First press down, and then when the circle appears, press A. Got it. Now as he said, it is directly in front. Oh. He'll explain counter hits in a second, like what I just did. This is the last one. Let your guard down, kid. Up next, I'll explain about countering and bonus cards. If you land a card attack on an enemy just as they're about to attack, that's a counter. That'll catch them off guard, paralyzing them for a time. You can also receive a bonus card for doing so. Usually you can only get one, or you can only use cards you select on the bottom screen, but if you land a counter, then you'll be rewarded a card. Bonus cards are chosen from your card folder at random. Even so, they're great. because you don't have to wait for the custom gauge. There is rules to them. It won't ever give you a buff card, which is what the white cards are. They don't ever explain it, but those cards, if you use them after an attacking card, their buff gets applied to that card. But you can't get another bonus card if you pull off a counter with a bonus card. Countering is pretty hard to pull off, so you should work on your timing for a bit. Try to use bonus card, or use a bonus card to defeat all the enemies in one turn. I want to say understood, but it's been a while since I last battled. It might take a little bit for it to all come back to me. Why does it feel like I've heard that before? Oh well, just this once I'll help you out with the timing, but just this once, you hear? I can't focus on the battle if I'm trying to tell you what to do all the time. Thanks. Yeah. So this is how I'll help you with the counter timing. I'll stick an arrow on top of the enemy's head, on the head of enemies that can be countered. You'll achieve a counter if you hit the enemy while the arrow is still over its head. There are battle cards that can hit the enemy right away. There are also some that take more time to hit enemies. So do your best to make battle cards hit the enemy, while the arrow is still over their head. Got it. I'm ready to try it out now. So as he says, some attacks that you have do have a little bit of a cooldown period. Like, the cannon, I know for a fact, doesn't fire right away. Oh. He has to pull the cannon out to fire it. That's all of them. The sprinkler should be working fine now, right? You should go brag to everyone. I just turned into Megaman and deleted all the viruses. Come on, be serious. I want to try my best to keep the fact that I'm Megaman a secret. It was crazy enough with Prez, Buzz, and Zack finding out. You're too shy, kid. Anyway, let's pulse out of here. Oh yeah, I'm not doing those on screen. To move from the interior of a cybercore back, or from the wave road back to the real world. Note that moving from the interior of a cybercore back to the wave road is known as transing out. Press the R button to change back to normal and return to the real world. Incoming mail. Oh, and it's just a bunch of alternative controlling stuff. So roaming around, you can roam around now freely. You can find crystals. Crystals give you various chips, they can give you money, they can give you all sorts of stuff. Looks like you've got yourself a battle card, kid. Well, let's put it in your folder and try it out in battle. Choose battle card from the menu screen to enter your folder. I'm good. I don't need to. Primarily because that card is already in the folder. While you're Mega Man, walking around the field willy-nilly, in like a cyberspace or whatever, causes you to... Why is it slowing down? Causes you to run into battles randomly. Anyway. I'll burn these real quick so I can show off some other stuff. Anyway. Getting hit. You do take damage when an enemy hits you, but you do flicker a little bit to have invincibility frames. Their attack is a ground attack, which means if you use a divide line, they can't hit you. And recover heals. You'll also notice one of the cards down here is gray, and I can't access it no matter how much I try. If you tap it, it becomes a white card, and activates a different effect. Non-elemental card support use is Area Eater. Oh, actually, gotta put that back. Just because I like the sound the Area Eater does. So, it does mess with their field a little bit. Oh, and I can't beach slap. And beating an enemy got me level 5, which gets me money. You always want to look around these places for mystery data. Because there's some really cool items that you can get from these. Oh, incoming mail. Not gonna talk to him just yet. Because I'm more worried about this guy. Wahoo! I don't know why it's glitching out. At least slow motion's helping me properly beat some of the enemies. Anyway, just got an item for, I think it was called Grand Wave. So how that works is you have the ones in your folder and ones in your library. Or your card box. You put one of the ones you don't have in your folder, and you can replace them with ones in your card box. I don't typically like having all the weird buff attacks. Anyway, you can't see humans while you're in wave form. Hey, it seems that the sprinkler is under control. Woohoo. But we're soaking wet. Yeah, that's true. Unfortunately, I think we should postpone the launch. Remember, there's always tomorrow. Oh yeah, now that I think about it, I saw someone. I saw a boy wearing blue near the sprinkler when he was going out of control. What? That had to be Megaman. Amazing, you mean the Megaman? As in our hero? Could the rumors that he goes to the school really be true? This is bad. I've got to stop this conversation before it gets crazy. Excuse me. What kind of experiment were you conducting? Oh, we were attempting to launch a rocket. A rocket? Yeah. We're building a rocket in the second floor science club room. But it's not going so well. We thought we'd run some tests on a smaller version, made from the same materials. As a science club, we have formed a team with the purpose to launch a rocket. I know we will be successful in fulfilling our purpose. Right? Yeah, let's do our best. Purpose? What does that mean? I guess you could say that a purpose is a goal. A goal? The purpose function is a new function that has evolved the brother bands. That bonds friends together. It's pretty... Jeez Louise, I can't speak. It's becoming pretty common as of late. After deciding a goal you want to achieve, or a dream you want to come true, you could set it as a purpose. Common goal shared by friends or as a function of the Hunter VG. Group of brothers who share the same purpose. A team with others who share the same purpose. Hmm? Who are you talking to? Oh yeah, I haven't introduced myself. My name is Woodrow Boffin. I'm the 6th grade right now. People usually call me Woody. I'm Geo. Geo, eh? You have any purposes at the moment? Me? Not really. I see. Well, I hope that you find a great purpose and do your best to fulfill it with your friends someday. We are definitely going to fulfill our purpose to launch a rocket. I don't know anything about rockets, but I can at least cheer you on. Please show me the rocket when it's ready. Yeah, you got it. Okay guys, let's get back to the science club. Just the 6th grader just making these kids that look like they're in 1st grade carry a rocket, which 1 could probably explode, and 2 is probably not very light if it's made of materials that you're going to use a real rocket with. What's wrong, kid? You look a little depressed. Talking about the rocket made me think about Dad. Kelvin, huh? He's still missing in space even after all this time. But Mom and I believe that he's still alive somewhere. There's no doubt about it, he's still alive, kid. The Calvin I met in space isn't someone who would kneel over so easily. Yeah, you're right. By the way, didn't you have something you had to do? Something to do? Oh man. I was supposed to meet Prez at the snack shop on the 1st floor, right? You're running pretty late. She's gonna be angry. I gotta hurry. Yeah, sorry, Prez. I was too busy making sure, you know, our underclassmen don't explode. What's your deal? No, you don't have a purpose. Ow. I scraped my knee. Oh, it's the school nurse. What happened? Let's get you back to the nurse's office, okay? Wizard on. Can you please take the child to the nurse's office? Why can't you? You're the nurse. Sure thing, I'll just perform some first aid beforehand. Hey, it stopped hurting. Wizards are great. Okay then, let's get going. That's a wizard. A wizard, huh? They've become a big part of everyday life lately. Meh, big deal. Don't be like that. You're quite the wizard yourself. I want to give you a special explanation about wizards. That's not really... Are you ready? Looks like I lit a fire under Geo's wizard mania. Do I care enough to read these? Up until now, EM beings couldn't be seen without something like my visualizer. However, thanks to technology advancements, even normal people can see and touch EM beings. In short, a wizard is a materialized EM being. Interesting. A wizard usually works together, or intimately together with a hunter. Just like you. Yeah, I guess. Wizards have been getting really popular lately. Just about every person has one. Recently, wizards that manage the running of machines have been gaining popularity as well. So I was able to become fully materialized thanks to the improvement of EM wave technology and the development of wizards. It was such a pain in the butt not being visible to humans. Wait a second. I thought I said you can't show yourself at school, you'll stick out too much. But it doesn't really matter if I stick out since I'm a wizard now. Cool. Is this your wizard? We read the word wizard like 20 times. Why are we now getting the notification for it? A software program that operates inside of electronic devices. As EM beings, wizards can also materialize into actual physical forms. He looks so cool. Is he a battle wizard? He looks powerful. Heh, I am pretty cool looking and powerful, aren't I? For crying out loud. You should be proud, kid. You're the operator of this cool looking and powerful wizard after all. A person who uses or owns a wizard. It's not cool to get all into yourself like that. It might be for later. Okay, I want to talk to the old lady selling cookies. The 10 zennies each. Now there, we've got snacks. This is the world's tiniest cafeteria. Alright, let's get yelled at. I'm not yelling. You're late. Late, late, late. You have nothing better to do than just stand around? I'm not late, you're early. What could you possibly have been doing? How long do you think it's been since I called you? Well... Geo, as you can see, the Prez is really angry with you. I don't want her to take it out on me, so I'm keeping my mouth shut. Come on, bud. I don't want to get caught up in anything either, so... Good friendship you guys got going on there. The best I could do is support you from here. You too? You just keep quiet. There wouldn't be a problem if you had come on time, right? Yeah, I'm sorry. Don't look so down, or you'll make me look like some evil dictator. I mean, if there's a reason you were late, I may accept it. Just tell her. Well, I was on the roof and the sprinkler went out of control and... Ah. It turned out it was viruses, so I deleted them. That sounds pretty rough. Wait, so that means that you turned into my beloved Megaman? Yeah, she hates Geo but has a crush on what he turns into. Which is kind of silly, but that was kind of a trope back during... What was it, 2008? Well, yeah. If that's the case, then you should have come here as Megaman. Why did you come here as plain old Geo? I don't really... As always, Prez has totally fallen head over heels. I'll say it again. I'm a fan of Megaman, but I'm not a fan of you. How is it possible that he's so amazing? And cool, yet you're just a plain old kid. Ouch, that's pretty mean. And I can't believe how violent and ill-mannered that wizard you need to become Mega Man is. Who are you calling ill-mannered? Ah. Don't scare me like that. I'll say this just once for your sake, but I'm originally an alien, not a wizard. An AMian that grew up on the planet FM. Okay, I understand. Just hurry up and go back home. Or go on home to Geo's Hunter. What are you looking at? Just... Roar. Yeah, the game does like to be silly from time to time. Stop. And as always, Prez can't get along. Get along? She's terrible with him. Geo, he's your wizard, right? Do something about him. I mean, he just said he's not a wizard, he's an alien. It looks like Prez is gonna start crying. Shouldn't you put him back? Alright, that's enough. I can't believe Geo and his stupid wizard. Prez, wasn't there something you called me about? Oh, yeah. Must turn around for dramatic effect. Listen very carefully. All four of us are going to form a team and fulfill a new purpose. We are? Does that mean we get to try porpoise? Porpoise? I've never eaten porpoise before. Purpose, bud, not porpoise. It's just not in fashion to be brothers and not have a purpose. Brother, a person who becomes part of another's inner circle of friends bound by a very tight bond. So like best friends. Known as a brother bond or brother band, this is a new function. So to say we're going to fulfill our own purpose. So what kind of purpose are we going to fulfill? Think really hard. What really big event is going to take place here at school soon? Somehow the players just meant to know this. I know there was definitely something. Oh, there's gonna be pizza on next week's lunch menu. That's true. So are you considering fulfilling a purpose related to pizza? Oh, form a team around pizza. Wrong, you imbeciles. Soon there's going to be an election for student body president. Is student body stuff ever that big of a deal in schools, like, proper? Like, this is, like, do people actually care about that type of stuff? I don't know. A student body president election, huh? Wait, Prez, you mean... Exactly. I'm gonna run for student body president. So you're aiming to move even higher up in the world? From class president to studi body president. Oh, 32 minutes. I gotta end this bird off as soon as this is done. That's correct. I believe that I'm in perfect position for it. Or perfect for the position. Wow. It'll be so fun to have be student body president. I support you 100%. Yeah, I guess there really isn't anyone else that could do the job as well. Then it's settled. However, first we have to reform our brother bands before we set our purpose. Oh yeah. Our brothers were deleted during the last class. That's right. Geo and I will reform our brother band first. So Geo, shall I explain the system to you? No, thank you. Okay, I'll explain how to fill in one's profile. It's extremely important to the brother band system. A lot of this stuff, I don't think I actually care about explaining, because this is multiplayer stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna skip it all. This is all multiplayer. White cards can be downloaded at a wave station. I'll go look at those in a minute. The team and the purpose thing is just your progress through the game that your multiplayer friends can see. Oh, sure. Alright, so that's you and I form a brother band right here. Your link powers increased by 60. I look forward to being your brother for many years to come. Oh, don't forget the form bands with Zack and Bud. Yeah, it's all multiplayer stuff. Except those brother band coin thingies that it mentioned. I don't recall how... Oh, brother. You get link power, which is for, it's for something later. This isn't the first time you and I have formed a brother band, but for some reason it feels exciting. The brother band's real proof of our friendship. You can also tap him and get his little description. Thanks again. Alright, let's do it. Let's form a brother band, let's work hard together. It's funny that these two are such good friends, Bud and Geo, considering Bud just bullies him in the first game. It's two friends who share the same purpose. Thanks again. We finally reformed our brother bands. Now we can form our team and set our purpose. But before that, don't we need some kind of team name or something? How about Team Tortellini? Since our purpose is Luna for SP Prez, the name should be related to that. Fine, just ignore me. There's no need to worry, everyone. I've already come up with a team name. Prez is always on top of things like this. I couldn't sleep at all last night thinking about it, so this was a preconceived plan. Got it. But I, of course, was able to come up with a brilliant name. Well, let's hear it. Listen well and be amazed. The name is Luna for Prez. You stayed up all night thinking about that. I'm kind of speechless. She stayed up all night to come up with that? To be honest, Prez never was good at coming up with names. I once had her think of a name for my first pet. Or Catnip. Catnip because he's a cat? No. Catnip is a dog. What is everyone muttering about? Nothing at all. It's a great name. Great, I'm glad everyone's in agreement. Okay, let's set our purpose and team names to this, or into our hunter. So yeah, you get a little bit of this thing. Your team, your affiliation has changed. That's basically what that means. This does also update in the multiplayer thing to tell your other friends and all that what point in the game you've gotten progress in. Looks like it's set. Setting your first table purpose is kind of moving. Well, it's time to get started. Well, what can we do to help Prez become student president? Well, good point. What should we do? First we should find kids here in school who are having trouble, and then help them out. Of course, I will do all the helping. Then my approval rating will skyrocket. Zach, you have a wizard that's great with numbers, right? He's going to keep track of my approval rating. Understood. Thank you for calling me out, Zach. Everyone, my name is Pedia. You can leave any calculations to me. I think Pedia is like Wikipedia. We're an even stronger team with Pedia around. My database is filled with vast amounts of facts. Plus I can calculate any and all rankings and percentages possible with ease. There's truly no figure I cannot calculate. Wow. You're very useful. You'll be very useful. I really want to get my own wizard. Oh, I'm really jealous, Zach. Don't say that, bud. Don't be like that. This school will really will be fun with Prez as president. You're such a sucker, kid. Alright, let's go find kids that are that are in trouble. Man, I can't read to save my life today. Like, I'm struggling to read. Anyway, wave station before I end the part off. It gives you just a hint on what viruses will appear here. It gives you the hint specifically on what viruses appear on the area you're in. So this is not 100% the whole school. So the roof may have different viruses. bunch of mail stuff that I don't care about. And I'm going to end this part off here. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed.